Welcome everyone to another coffee break here, our headquarters. Last night we streamed here some building most of the architectures and it went very well, so for hours I even went home. But of course, as usual, regressions. And probably not even our own, we will see in a second. So what failed, a lot of stuff just built because it's our amazingly set up T2, Linux anyway. And what failed here is, as you see, Meson for all architectures doesn't find LLVM here of runtime dependency. LVM found no, tried CMake. Also, yeah, slightly ridiculous, tried CMake. Let's take a look. I took already a closer look last night from home because it's what you do at midnight. Also, yeah, waste of time, right? Modern build systems, some fanboys, they're like, yay, Meson, probably those who never built something, like those who only install distribution pre-built packages, like yay, Meson. But honestly, for us, for me, it's waste of time. I also don't understand. There are 10 sucking build systems like Make, Auto Tools and Gem and CMake and stuff, and we need to create even more sucking stuff. The problem is also this is super hard to debug, right? So this also worked before. Also, yeah, last week I just hacked up even Meson to cross-compile for with LLVM no less for Hewlett-Packard Precision Architecture, and this week stuff breaks already. So most likely caused by the last Meson update because it's regressions and sucking even more sucking build systems in 2020. Can't make this stuff up. And also why is there not the year of desktop Linux? Because yeah, we keep reinventing build systems that are only harder to work with. I also don't, harder to work with because can't even really debug this, right? How to debug this stuff I already grabbed here around. It doesn't, also previously you had readable, also as less amazing as you have certainly with GNU Auto stuff. What is not amazing, maybe the M4, I think it was M4, I guess, pre-processed stuff there from config on nmake file am for automake to in and configure and so autogen stuff. Maybe this M4 process not amazing, but at least it's readable freaking shell script that you can debug here. I don't even see this is super hard to debug. In my opinion, 2020 modern build systems only mostly waste of time. I probably would rather repair MacBooks in my garage than some shithole in New York or something with some smelling hot air fumes all day than debugging this Meson stuff. It's hilarious, debugging this Meson stuff. So yeah, Meson, how to debug this? I will probably not even continue debugging this because waste of time. Previously you had also nice logs and could read this stuff. So in this log is not even, also in my opinion this stuff should be more visibly logged, not in some files hidden away, but here we are. But even in this stupid log, you don't even see what's going on. So checking also runtime dependency, CMake binary, also Meson stuff using CMake stuff because CMake binary for machine choice host in cache is cached as not found. No CMake binary for machine. Also for decades in T2, Rock Linux and T2, we cross-compiled nearly everything, the stuff that we can't cross-compile usually because the package stuff is so packaged, so not amazing. But once upon a time you could cross-compile this stuff. Nowadays you need machine choice host files of Meson, and previously you just make cc equals PowerPC whatever stuff and LLVM clang clang equals whatever. Now you have not even sure where this stuff is coming from, so somehow it's not, it's there like LLVM. Also LLVM config, it's freaking there. Freaking just effing use it. But so I spent already 30 minutes debugging through the stuff last night. I'm not impressed. And how one stupid Meson update failed here. So cross-build as also once upon a time, like last week's, this freaking stuff just freaking worked, or you just hacked it together to freaking work. Why is cross-building so difficult? Only because all this configure and makefile stuff, this is the wrong file, is making it so complicated. So I also wonder, are these developers so question, and good morning everyone, I really wonder at times Are developers also here freshly yesterday this can't make the stuff up, so this uptime is here up, Workstation up 1 day, but this modern X stuff, each time you power off your display with USB hubs, it reconnects the USB keyboard. It is re-enabling this, so yeah, modern stuff. Also including my key binding, right? So each time I leave the Workstation on to log in from home, switch off here the display stuff and so on. With the keyboard, switch it on here in the morning, and freaking US keyboard layout. Certainly you can configure it somehow, but yeah. Anyway, I will simply probably revert this. So this is probably, what do we have here updated? So yeah, probably this broke it. I'm not even sure if this broke it once before. I think once upon a time this already broke something, so I just revert this because I'm certainly not spending my lifetime anymore hunting. Yeah, also in 30 minutes veteran Linux developer cannot find where this stuff is coming from. Certainly if you created all this freaking Meson stuff, then maybe you find it faster, but merge SVN, merge this stuff here, reverse of try updating. Yeah, this is also some new subversion feature, I think, maybe back in what? Freaking I so hate this shit. Shouldn't have done it like this. Darn, now we have here a lot of garbage. Shit. Only life on. Darn. Yeah, this is a strange feature also. For decades, Subversion didn't do this. Now it's doing this stuff. Why is even merge left SVN right? Yeah, so, and why I'm at some days I think I should open a beach coffee bar or something, because I mean this is after 20 years veteran open source developer. Why is this? No, for God's sake. Also, why is this conflicting? For what reason? I don't understand. Was this not the remove cross tag edit new prefix? Is this really conflict? Apparently, maybe this is a conflict with this stuff down. Anyway, 5.4. Amazing conflict resolution as we solved. Resolving. So yeah, the only problem is I don't really quite get. So now we need to revert this, all this garbage. Do we have this in the history? Why is this? Darn, probably all kinds of. Anyway, let's try to test build this as whatever. Now I need to deal with an even more conflicting working copy. Anyway, probably how many do we have now? 100. Hope this. Anyway, so let's try. So this probably should just zero Meson, I hope. Yeah, I really wonder. 2020 probably better open some, even with this analog virus, maybe even yet. Which did I build? x86. One Mesa. This is hilarious, right? Instead of creating the most amazing desktop Linux experience, we waste our time dealing with inventing and dealing with modern build systems, and at the end of the day this stuff doesn't even freaking, you know what, I can also build it verbose. So I hope just reverting this fixes this, hopefully. If not, that would be, yeah, this is also, as I said in yesterday's live stream, I think it, yeah, so yeah, Meson, only here on this channel, garbage build systems of 2020. I so hate this open source community stuff of reinventing the wheel here, 20 build systems, and they all suck differently. Can't make this stuff up. And honestly, we should also, developers should not waste even an hour, even 10 minutes is too long, wasting time researching and debugging through build system nonsense when it just should use this freaking LVMconf. Can't make this stuff up. It's hilarious, and why I'm getting increasingly frustrated, and why, although this idea of creating a totally amazing modern system from scratch, like a microkernel stuff, more modern videos coming soon. It's a crazy idea. It's a lifetime task, certainly. But if all after 30 years of this open source movement, all we get is a broken build system experience that breaking each other stuff with incompatible whatever backend garbage, it's like, yeah, I soon, yeah, I rather become YouTube influencer and open soon hacker coffee or beach bar stuff, because after 20 years, this, yeah, you get depressive with this stuff, seriously. So yeah, welcome to the YouTube therapy channel here of open source therapy. Yeah, anyway, at least it builds, at least with 20 years of experience, we know what we touched recently. And well, with this Meson stuff, just last week, all the Mesa stuff cross-built to everything, including Hewlett-Packard Precision Architecture, and now everything fails because LVM config not found. Yeah, can't make this stuff up. It's hilarious. Now, unfortunately, I have to deal with whatever I conflicted here with. The good thing is it's probably all which have the M in the second place, or anyway, probably should read, yeah, some merge info, so probably, yeah, I need to, it's hilarious. All I wanted is revert one conflict. This is also a really strange new subversion feature. For decades I could just revert single commits. Now you get all the merge info stuff. It's anyway, so yeah, quite some comments. What's your Matthew Smith, what's your favorite build system? Well, I grew up with Autoconf. I totally agree, Autoconf is not amazing, at least, but people got used to it, and at least you can debug it. And I know from GSMP the unsuccessful, well, if we would have continued, it might have been more successful, but we somehow spent all our time with Rock Linux NT2 editor, having your own Googling for your own screenshots of that was meant to be an equivalent to GIMP, which maybe don't even find screenshots anymore of your own stuff. Anyway, GSMP for general sound manipulation program, multi-track editor, and from that we certainly built this Autoconf, like configure AM M4 macro stuff. And yeah, it's not amazing, but at least you can freaking debug the output, and worst case, just look at the generated shell script. Maybe for exact image, I actually created just a very, like, Autoconf, also yeah, makes the stuff comfortable. So for exact image, we have make files without all the, so basically what we have with exact build, yeah, because we did this in 2005 or something. Just a plainly written shell, like Autoconf configure, and then, like, in my opinion, so much more amazing package check here of very light, like T2 inspired, very light shell scripting. Only via, as a fun fact, some friend of mine uses this even in the States, working for some companies. And I think even some German university where a friend of mine wrote his PhD thesis, they even used it for some security analysis software, crypto, and like working with formal verification with some mobile phone protocol stuff, maybe even was S7 or whatever, in like a decade ago. So it's not like other people didn't use it. And yeah, header check, it's like super readable stuff in my opinion. And non-generated make files, also mostly readable stuff. Probably will something. This is also what we use for the DOS examples, and maybe anyway. Honestly, I don't really need much more. Also, in my opinion, a lot of packages overcheck stuff, like checking for this bloody header, like stdio or other whatever. Just in the sources, we don't even need much checks if you write the sources more portable and without. Where would we have? Like check for, like, if dev FreeBSD, like don't do all the stuff in configure just in your sources. If dev, like if it's C, C++ or whatever, if dev BSD, Apple, whatever, and don't check for the stuff in configure and just let this compiler source stuff, just build the stuff with preprocessor stuff, then you already avoid 90% of the, yeah, also serial configure stuff, right? You even waste or avoid wasting 90% of the time in this bloody serial configure scripts. Anyway, but yeah, please stop inventing new build systems. This only wastes everyone's time. It's hilarious. So yeah, what else was like Maven, because the others can't be trusted to configure this shit correctly. Yeah, it's hilarious. So yeah, now we can build all this stuff. We probably try a new concept. So first of all, I don't even have the time. I just wanted to have this. Yeah, I know this obviously builds because reasons. So much to that. I have actually other things to do, but I probably will make another live stream with PowerPC, Little Indian coming up next, because amazing people sent amazing patches. And so let's try this concept of making shorter live streams for just how long are we even streaming? Where's the stream time? 15 minutes. And let's make another live stream and make like 15 minutes a topic, and then move on with coffee and more code. And yeah, PowerPC coming up next, maybe in a minute. Now this stuff builds, as you see, with just some Meson revert. And Paul hopes that Meson becomes even more popular here, but is it really so amazing? Also, we create here stuff that is this really more, but for what reason, right? The stuff should also have a goal. If the outcome is hard to debug stuff, there's also, as I've shown, the stuff should, in my opinion, the stuff should be at least twice as good or something. Is it really twice as good? If new stuff is not really twice as good, then for what reason? Also for CMake, here are a lot of, by the way, if you use find it, you know that -i name is for case insensitive name matching. If you look at this, is this really amazing here? All this CMake stuff that configure whatever. There's even LVM set, whatever, thank you very much. But yeah, I don't know. This is yeah, also the problem is also, instead of, the real problem also, right, I wanted to mention this, the real problem also is that instead of some universal readable languages that people know, like Shell, at least you freaking know Shell and you can debug it. Each developer can, at least to some degree, read and debug this. And with these modern build systems, you have domain-specific languages, DSLs, and maybe we should freaking stop inventing domain-specific languages for each small little nonsense, because, nah, and then good luck debugging this, or even debug this instead of print effing this. And also here's the syntax, right? It's the new amazing CMake build system, only real with like end if, like braces around end function and if, like seriously, what the heck? Such drugs I don't need anyway. That's it for this live stream. At least we can continue building and finally have ISOs. And the only other thing that failed here was one more thing that failed. Yeah, Mesa, obviously. The only other thing that failed I've seen here, where even was this with, maybe it was this. RM64, so yeah, apparently, yeah, so all T2 stuff built so amazingly, like everything except this stupid Meson regression for no good reason. And the only other system I've seen, the only other failure I've seen so far is RM64. There's some syscall, probably the recurring theme of doing custom hackery of whatever syscall that was. We will see it in a second. But yeah, Paul, Riddle, leave in the comments below, or maybe let us know why you think you want Meson to become more popular, for what reason, what is better. I don't really see it much, except yeah, it's faster, but for that, what price? For some unreadable domain-specific language stuff. How to build LVM on a weak laptop. Last time I tried to do it, froze the laptop and even left it overnight, still couldn't compile the build. Well, it shouldn't really freeze, but if you want to compile it, then probably not parallel. And here's this get dense, whatever. It's, yeah, also 2020, a recurring theme. We had this previously with rename it or symlink it or something, link it. So yeah, 2020 custom system call, whatever stuff for. Thank you very much. Need to somehow hotfix this for ARM64, because apparently upstream and stuff usually broken. But coming back to these questions, probably then if you're weak sys laptop, then like not parallel, if it's a quad core, and probably it's dying out of memory starvation, most likely swapping to death or something of that sort. So probably then parallel one, so that the one task has all the memory, maybe if that is the issue, and then more swap and maybe not link time optimizes for requiring even more memory. That's probably the only It's probably the big thing there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and see you in 5 minutes for some little onion power PC fun.